This video is brought to you by the Farmer Klein YouTube channel. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment.
Hello everybody, welcome back to another Farming Simulator 22 Map First Impressions video. Today we're going to take a look at MultiMap. But before that, this video is brought to you by Brad and Daisy Moonbeam. Thank you for being farm barons. So the MultiMap can be found over at the farmingsimulator.com website or the in-game downloadable content menu, and as of the 1.0 release, this map is available for PC players only. Now, I don't see this map being released for console players for a couple reasons. One, this is a 4x map, which means that it has 4 times the playable area as a standard map, and we have yet to see a 4x map be released and stay released for console. In addition, this map requires the use of Producton Revamp, which is a script-based mod. And as we know, script-based mods are not allowed on console. So for those reasons, I do not believe that we will ever see MultiMap make its way to console. Now let's read the description. The history of the MultiMap goes back to Farm Sim 13. MultiMap stood for multifruits and multiproductions. Arriving in FS22, the name stands for more multiproductions. The landscape is purely fictional and set somewhere in Germany. This is a 4 times map, and there are a total of 42 fields with field sizes ranging from 7 hectares to 62 hectares in size. So we've got some big boy fields on this map. There are 4 prepared farms available in multiplayer and 1 prepared farm in single player. We will be loading both single player and multiplayer up to demonstrate the differences. There are 47 pre-installed productions. 47. That's right. 4 and then a 7. All productions, with a few exceptions, require electrical energy to operate. Numerous energy suppliers are available for this purpose. All productions have been fully adapted to the Producton Revamp script, which is why it is required. And there are 23 points of sale, 68 viable spaces, large barns with extended capacities. That's meaning large animal areas. Very, very much extended capacities. Adjusted growing times. The own customized trailers in the shop in their own category. We'll take a look at the shop categories and see if there are custom vehicles with the map, and open spaces for your own development. Well, with that, let's go ahead and jump on in because we have got a lot to cover. So we are going to use the mods that we typically use when we take a look. Map set is additional field info, additional game settings, field lease, field calculator, and precision farming. Now we are also going to use Producton Revamp because that is listed as a required mod. And let me just tell you that these production facilities are definitely taking advantage of the features that Producton Revamp bring. Now, if Producton Revamp is not a mod that you are familiar with, I'm going to go ahead and put a little tick up in the upper right corner where you can go ahead and take a look at my new and noteworthy mod review on Producton Revamp, because maybe if you don't use it on this map, you might find it interesting to add to your other gameplay. Now, if you load this map up in Farm Manager mode or start from scratch, you will find that the fields and the farms are exactly how you're going to find them in the multiplayer version of this video. So in multiplayer, we're going to load it up in Farm Manager. You're going to find all 4 farms fully equipped with buildings, fully equipped with vehicles, and actually already configured as 4 individual farms. But right now we are in single player, so we're only going to have 1 farm, and all of the other viable areas, or should I say all the other farm areas, are going to be completely vacant and empty, ready for you to put down whatever you should so wish. So here we are loaded up in single player. Let's go ahead and take a look at the PDA. I'm going to zoom on out, and remember, this is a 4x map, so all of these fields are much larger than they may initially appear on the PDA. We do have all of the standard crop types available to us here in Farm Sim 22. And if we take a look at the lands area, you'll see we start out by owning the main farm, which is located right here. We also have field 24, which is $218,000 to buy, field 23, which is $180,000 to buy, and field 15, which is $298,000 to buy. Now let's go ahead and jump up here and take a look at our farmland lease screen. Remember, we are in single player, and farmland lease screens are what we use to show us all of the available farmlands, how big those farmlands are, if those farmlands include fields, and then ultimately how much the buyable farmland is going to cost us. So you see we start up owning farmland 11, 15, 23, 24, and 43. Thankfully, it looks like the farmlands and the field numbers are going to correspond on this map. I really do like when map authors do this, because when, let's say, farmland 1 includes field 32, it can get a little confusing later on. So let's go ahead and just scroll through this list, and at any point in time you can, of course, pause the video and try to match up farmland with fields, and then how much that farmland is going to cost you. And then when we take a look at the very next screen, which is going to be the field calculator screen, we're going to see exactly how big each particular field is. So as you can see, field 11 is 17 hectares, field 15 is 20.91, 23 is 12.28, and 24 is 9.53. As we heard from the description, there are some pretty large fields on this map because, again, the map is a 4x map. Here we are, field 20 is just 7.7 hectares in size, just 7.7. Typically, that is close to the largest size, if not larger than the largest field size on most base game delivered maps. Now, if we do take a look at our soil map and how it gets applied to the map. Now, this map is making use of the generic soil map that is a part of the precision farming mod. And as you can see, now that we have exposed all of the soil map across all the fields, how that is ultimately getting applied. A lot of the fields have several different soil types, ranging from silty clay, loam, sandy loam, and loamy sand. If we take a look at our crop counter, we do have a little bit of a generic crop counter here, a little bit of a customized crop counter. The description said it had a customized crop counter, but there's not a lot of changes going on here compared to the standard crop counter, if changes at all. I will give you a little hint. I usually key off the canola and see how that looks to know if it is or isn't really a customized crop counter. If we take a look at our prices screen, you will see that we do indeed have the ability to sell all of the base game crops that we can grow here on the map. And quite frankly, we have a ton of sell points given which crop you might be wanting to sell at. We do have sell points for all of our animal outputs. And then as we move down here, we also have sell points for all of the base game products that we can produce on the map. And this map has a ton of additional products that we can produce. And we're going to take a quick look at those very, very soon. We do have multiple lime buy points. We also have some lime sell points. We have mineral feed buy and sell points. We also have 3 areas that we can sell our stones at. And then with respect to what productions exist on this map outside of the standard base game productions, we have pallets, compost, tomato juice, strawberry juice. That's kind of interesting. We have buns, popcorn, oatmeal, potato pancake, stone salt, salt, cream, strawberry ice cream, chocolate ice cream, french fries, mashed potatoes, potato chips, palmants, brine, vinegar, tomato salad, green salad, potato salad, strawberry cream cake, pralines, soy drink, oat drink, wheat semolia, okay, pasta, and spaghetti. Now we're going to do a run through on all of the production a little bit later in the video and talk about all of the inputs and outputs of all 47 custom production areas that are available on the map. Now, in single player, if we take a look at our starting equipment, all of it is new, none of it is leased. We do have animal pens, and these are all, for the most part, modified with larger capacities. We do have contracts available on the map, and we start out by owning 3 production facilities. We start out by owning the energy storage facility, which can hold energy. Then we have a medium greenhouse strawberry, and this is where the modded production revamp comes into play on how productions work. So the way we're going to read this is strawberries are going to require 2.5 units of water. And then in addition to that, we're going to need either a 1/4 unit of solid fertilizer or a 1/4 unit of compost or a 1/4 unit of seed or a 1/4 unit of pallets. And then we're going to get 15.2 units of strawberries. Now, if we add more of these together, we'll get a little bit of a bonus in our output. But once again, take a look at the production revamp new and noteworthy mod review that I did on this mod quite a while ago, and it will help explain exactly what on earth is going on here with respect to this notation. Now let's go ahead and take a look at our starting fleet again in new farmer mode and single player specifically. We start out with the Lindeer Lintrac 130, the Rigitrac SKE 50 electric tractor, and the Buer 6105. As I said in a previous video, quite popular recently as far as starting equipment goes. We have the Ideal 7T Fendt harvester that is paired up with Dynaflex 40-foot grain header. And then we have the Nardi N7040 header trailer. We have the Big M450 self-propelled mower, the 2017 pickup truck. We have the Welger DK115 trailer. We have the Baby Servo 25 plow. We have, which I find completely comical, on a 4X map with fields up to 62 hectares in size. We have the F240 front mower, the little baby front mower, the Pottinger Alpine Hit 4.4H tedder, the Top 342 windrower. We have the Boss Alpine 251 forage wagon, the Impress 125 F Pro baler. We have the round bale 3-point hitch bale transport thing. We have then the MKS 8 liquid trailer, and then the Joskin Aquatrans 7300S water trailer. We have the 3-meter quickie front loader arms, and that is for a small tractor. Then we have the universal bucket and a bale spike. Then we round it all off with a 750 kilogram front weight. Now, if we take a look at our mods and DLCs, you do see that we do have some custom equipment tied to the map. We have a modded MKS 8 tanker and the MKS 35 powered by LSMT. Now, if we take a look at our fill types, we have slurry, we have methane, we have brine, we have diesel, we have silage additive, we have water, milk, liquid fertilizer, vinegar, herbicide, def, and digestate. Now, we also have the ability to modify our capacity here on our MKS 35 trailer to give it up to 52,000 liter capacity. And then we have the Krone Propyliner. This is a modded Propyliner to work with all of the custom fill types. We have LSMT. We have a Giants design. We got lots of cool little designs here. Change the chassis color. We can change the design color. And we can change the rim color. Just like that. And this has been set up to then take in all the various types of base game production, as well as the additional production that is available here on the map. Now, the next thing we're going to do is take a quick look around the starting farm here. And then I want to boot this map up in multiplayer and compare multiplayer to single player real quick. So at any rate, here we have our farmhouse with our sleep trigger around the side. We do get a little companion dog on the map. We have our pickup truck. Everything on the farm can be sold. So everything on the farm can be completely removed. Here we have our modified medium greenhouses. So we have our water point, we have our pallet spawn point. And then we're going to be bringing our inputs also over here. So we have both of those lined up here. We can sell the fencing. We can sell the walls. We can pretty much sell everything that we have here on the starting farm. We have our little Bueller tractor parked conveniently up here on a ramp, almost like it's a showcase. We have a massive starting farm here. 2 3-bay sheds with our starting machinery conveniently stored inside. Massive open shed. And then we have silos, and silos galore. So this particular silo, it is set up to do root crops. So this is going to be for our potatoes and sugar beets. And if we sell the silo, the signage up there remains, but we can sell the signage independent. We have a fuel tank. Then we have a def tank. We have methane and electric charging stations. Here we have a stone storage. All right, so we're going to be able to store stones here. We have storage for liquid fertilizer, herbicide, more vehicle storage, and then we move over here to a multi-grain crop. So this is going to be kind of our traditional grain silo with our fill types listed right there. And these signboards are part of these silos. These are modded silos. We're going to take a look here in build mode in just a little bit. Here we have a silo for fertilizer, a silo for seed, and then we have storage for lime. Now we've got a dump grate, we have our fill pipe, and then we have a digital display board to show us how much is stored within that silo. If we come across the road here, are some additional items of interest. Specifically, we have the pig facility that's going to hold, that's right, 1,080 pigs. Let's go ahead and get just one. We don't want to overpopulate them. So this is just a standard base game pig facility that has been customized with respect to storage capacity. So we have our food there, we have our straw trigger, we have our animal trigger. Around the side, we have our slurry. We do have a water trigger located right here. Now on this side, there's kind of hit or miss on what you can sell, but technically this is not currently on owned land, and we have kind of a mixture of animal areas over here and production points and sell points, and that's why we can't necessarily sell everything. So this is a sell point. So we clearly can't sell this facility because of the fact that it is a sell point. We can't get rid of our pig area. We can't get rid of this building right here. This is feed storage. So we could sell this if we wanted to. Here we have a modded sheep pen that's set up to hold just 650 sheep. Just a few. Right? Just a few. So we have our food trough here. We have our wool spawn point. This building is we can use for storage, but this is also production. This is our garage with electricity generation. Okay, so we can generate electricity with this particular facility because it does have solar panels on the top. We have our large cow pasture that's going to hold 2,000 cows. So we'll get just one. We have our milk trigger. Of course, we have our food and straw there. This is a self-feeding cow facility, so we have our hay, straw, and silage points right there. Our slurry. Over here we have our horse pasture that's set up to just do 14 horses. I think that is the only one that really is non-modified. We have our food and the like. Also over here we have, this is a production facility. This is going to be our fermenter. This is also a production facility. This is our grass dryer. I think that pretty much is the main farm area here. I'm just going to get a little bit of a altitude just to make sure I didn't miss something. I think I did over there, the chicken coop. So let's go fly over there real fast. There we have the solar panels. Again, this facility will generate electricity. For this we have 4,538, 41, 44. So it is constantly going up with respect to how much energy it is producing. I really like this idea, this concept that we've got solar panels on the roof. They're not just giving us money, right? Come on. You don't make money, right? Who sells solar panel power and actually gets money from the power company? No, you generate electricity, and either you put that electricity back in the grid or you make use of it yourself. And that's what we got going on here. We are making electricity. Theoretically, we'd only make electricity during the daytime. I'm not going to test that. I would be curious if you all do. Let me know what you all get. So we have a silage bunker. We can sell the silage bunker. We have some storage over here for slurry because that is associated with the compost factory here. And then we have our modded chicken coop tied again to the single player farm, and it is configured to hold 1,440 chickens. Let's quickly take a look at all of our animals and see they have standard food requirements. It looks like they do indeed have all of the standard food requirements. So I'm going to go ahead and boot this map up in multiplayer. We're going to take a look at the multiplayer because if we load this up on a multiplayer server or if we load it up in a local multiplayer session, you're going to find that there are 4 farms pre-built. They're already set up with equipment. They're already set up with money. So let's go ahead and see what that looks like. Welcome back to MultiMap, this time in multiplayer, and you can, I think, see real quick from the PDA, completely distinctive difference here than we had in single player. That is, we now have 4 distinct farms built out. We have this one, not going to pronounce it. We have that one, not going to pronounce it. We have Farm Nordost, we'll go with that one, and Farm Oost. And all of them start out with $3.5 million other than this one right here. Let's go ahead and join that farm. And that is this farm right here. This is the single player farm. So everything is exactly how we have seen it in single player, except we are loaded up in multiplayer. And if we take a look at our starting equipment, you're going to see it is the same starting equipment as we had in single player. We take a look at our animals. We have chicken coop, pigsty, cow feeding robot, sheep barn, and horse barn, all just like we had in single player. If we come back here to our second farm, now we're going to jump into the orange farm. Here we are down here at our orange farm location, which is down here by field 41. Let's go quick real here. This is the starting farm and farm 1 in single player. Down here we have the orange farm. This is farm 2 in multiplayer, and this area is pretty much barren in single player. We're going to see that during the fly around, because I am going to do the fly around back in the single player version of the map. So we have our farmhouse. We have a workshop trigger, electrical station. We're going to try to do this real quick. We have a lime storage. We have seed storage. We have fertilizer storage. We have our def and fuel tanks. So we have our fuel tank. We have our def tank located right there. Now we have our methane fueling station. Some machinery sheds. This is root crop storage. So sugar beets on one side, potatoes on the other. We have our traditional feed silo with that fill type. So we have grass, hay, straw, silage, pig food, compost, yeah, stuff. Okay. And over here, guess what we have? We have our electrical generating shed. More machinery storage. We're going to take a look at our starting fleet in Farm 2 here in a moment. And then we have our animals. Let's go ahead and take a look at our animals here. Farm 2, we have just this cow barn with feeding robot set up for 2,000 animals once again. And the starting equipment down here on Farm 2, we have the same small tractors. We have the Nova 330 harvester that is paired up with the PowerStream 500 5-meter header. We then have the ABCC 66 walk behind mower. We have the 2017 pickup truck. We have the DK 115 trailer. We have the Servo 25 plow, the same little F240 front mower. We have the Alpine Hit 4.4H tedder. We have the top 342 windrower, the same Boss Alpine 251 forage wagon, and Impress 125 F Pro round baler. We have the same 3-point hitch round bale transport thing, as well as the MKS 8 and Aquatrans 7300 animal trailer, the Q3M front loader arms, universal bucket bale spike, and a 750 kilogram front weight. Now let's jump over to Farm 3. And now we are up here by field number 4. Once again, let's take a look here at the PDA. We'll see that we are now way up here in the northeast corner of the map by field 4. We have our farmhouse, storage buildings, our same electric charging building. We have our fertilizer, our seed, our lime storage. We have our fuel tank, we have our def tank. We have our feed storage. We have our grain silo. It's going to be located right there. Root crop storage. The same starting equipment as farm number 2. Located right here. And with respect to animals, we have the same 2000 feeding robot that is located right here. Now let's go ahead and join farm 4. And farm 4 is beside fields 24 and 25. Once again, we have our farmhouse, our pickup truck, we have our trailers, we have our silos, we have our starting equipment. All of it is the same as farms 2 and 3. Here is our starting equipment. We have our animals, or should I say animal, in the large 2000 capacity feeding barn, cow barn with feeding robot. Then we have our electric charge shed right there. And we're going to just jump right back to farm number 1. Here we are back at farm number 1 by field 23. And just to prove a point, let's go ahead and take a look at our starting equipment. You can see we are once again back here. We have our Krone Big M mower. We have our big Fendt Ideal 7T harvester. So when we change to each farm, we are indeed seeing a different set of starting equipment and indeed a different set of animals. So let's go ahead and just jump right back into single player and continue on with the tour. Now, before we get into our fly around, I do want to pull up the build mode and go through what is available as far as buildings and such on the map. So if we take a look at our sheds, we do have some sheds that are available. We have the solar panel, input sunlight, output electrical energy. I like that. That's pretty cool. Then we have a massive large shelter, and as best I can tell, this is the same as the base game super large shelter. I'm just not sure why it's showing up here kind of as a modded structure. Under silos, we have quite the list. We have a liquid manure tank, 500,000 liters. We have a digestate tank, 500,000 liters. We have a main grain silo, which is going to hold 144 million liters worth of product, and you can see that it does include the information signboard right there. We have an earth crops silo that holds 40 million liters worth of product. We have the feed storage, which is going to hold 24 million dollars worth of, or million liters worth of product. The main grain silo, which is going to hold 6 million liters worth of product. A feed storage, which is going to hold 24 million liters of product. Then we have a stone heap, 250,000 liters. We have root crop storage, which is going to be 10 million liters worth of product. Under storage extensions, these are all there. We have a manure heap extension, 4 million liters there. And then we also have, interesting up here, the manure heap. And notice we can rotate it 360 degrees. This is not limited to, every 90 degrees of rotation. Under containers, we have a liquid storage facility, 2,173,500 liters worth of product can be stored here. And we can store all types of product. We can store diesel, we can store liquid fertilizer, we can store methane, we can store vinegar, brine, digestate. Then we have liquid manure there in the middle. Then we also have DEF, herbicide, and fuel. We then have a DEF storage tank, 52,000 liters of DEF. We have fertilizer storage, 1 million liters, 1 million liters of seed storage, 1 million liters of lime storage, 173,500 liters worth of herbicide, 173,000 liters worth of liquid fertilizer, and 52,000 liters of fuel. Tools, we are thankfully not modified there. Then we have our farmhouse. Under production. Here we go. We're going to be here quite a long time. So we have the pasta factory. We have a placeable confectionery shop. We have a biomass power plant. We have several biogas plants that have been modified. We have a modified bakery. We might have modified spinnery. We have a modified tailor shop. Grape processing unit that has been modified. The bakery has been modified. Carpentry, dairy. The spinnery, again, has been modified. Pallet factory. Notice all of these are going to require energy in order to operate. They require electricity. We know where we get electricity from, but they require electricity. We've got the grass dryer. We have the fermenter. We have another dairy. We have sugar mill. We have the carpentry. We have a cereal factory, an oil mill, ice cream production, grain mill. We have a potato processing facility, sugar beet cutter, and then we have a deli salad facility. I don't know. I would hope my salad would be made someplace that looked a little bit cleaner. What do you all think? Selling points. We do have a modified restaurant that we can put down that's going to accept lots of our new products. And then we have an all sale, which will accept all things and sell all things. Under greenhouses, we have modified greenhouses. We have large tomatoes, large lettuce, large strawberry, and medium strawberry greenhouses. Then we have lots of modded generators. We have energy storage facilities. We have wind power plant that's going to take wind and make electrical energy. We have then solar panels of various sizes also available. Under animals, we have all the base game animals as well as the modified animals with the massive capacities, 2,000 cows. We have then standard stuff for horses. We have 1,080 pigs. We have a facility that'll hold 650 sheep. We have a facility that'll hold 1,440 chickens. Then everything else is standard. Thank goodness we have made our way. We have 2 modded gates here under decoration, but that is about it. Big tall lights. Our signage with respect to our silos. Again, we can sell the silo and the signage we can sell off of that. We can also place the signage down if we put additional silos down. And then as far as our ground textures, we do have a decent assortment of ground textures that we can paint and an interesting assortment of plants that we can also put down on the map. Now let's go ahead and run down all of the production that is available on the map. What's the inputs, what's its outputs, and what are the recipes. For the purpose of this video, I went ahead and bought all of the productions that are pre-placed on the map. We just did our run through of all the productions that we could put down if we want to, in addition to what is already pre-placed. And remember, this map is using the mod Production Revamp as part of its production system. And that's what we are seeing right here with this denotation. And we're going to explain that in a little bit. But really, I suggest you click the little info button up there on the top right corner and go watch my new and noteworthy mod review on Production Revamp to give you a better working knowledge as to what the heck is going on with each and every production item that is available on this map. So the bakery. is going to produce bread, buns, or cakes. And we're going to require electrical energy and flour. And we're going to require salt or pallets to get bread. Buns, we have energy and flour, and then once again, salt or pallets to get buns. Cakes, we're going to require electrical energy and flour and milk and eggs and butter and strawberries. We definitely need all of those. And then we're going to need either sugar or honey. And we're going to need either salt or pallets to get our cakes. Biogas plant, 500 kilowatt hours. We have silage as an input, and we're going to get electrical energy as an output, as well as methane and digestate. And then we can add optionally slurry or manure or sugar beet cut to kind of increase what we ultimately get out. 30%, 30%, and 20% increase. We provide all those. That is an additional 80% increase on top of what we're going to get. Carpentry facility is going to require 2 energy and either wood or planks and empty pallets, and we're going to get furniture and wood chips. Cereal factory is going to require energy and honey and raisins and corn and oatmeal or oats and pallets, and we're going to get then cereal. The cheese factory is going to require energy and butter and either empty pallets or straw or both for a 20% bonus. Cheese is going to be energy and milk and pallet or sugar, or not salt, to get our cheese. We're going to get clothing. We're going to need 2 units of energy and 60 units of fabric, as well as empty pallets. And then we're going to get ourselves some clothing. Compost, we're going to require energy and wheat or barley or oat or canola or sorghum or grapes or olives, sunflowers, soybeans, corn, potatoes, sugar beet cut, sugarcane, chaff, silage, grass, hay, straw, raisins, lettuce, tomato, strawberries, or pomegranates. And then we're going to get compost out. That are confectionery, we're going to require electrical energy and flour and milk and eggs and butter and strawberries and sugar or honey and salt or pallets, and we're going to get cakes. As far as strawberry cream cakes, well, we're going to require energy, strawberries, flour. We're going to require cream. We're going to require butter, and we're going to require chocolate. On top of all of those that we must have, we're going to need either sugar or honey, and we're going to need some pallets, and then we're going to get ourselves some cakes. Pralines, we have energy and chocolate and cream and sugar and pallets, and we're going to get ourselves some pralines. We have another dairy, which is going to produce our butter at 5 energy and 30 milk. And then we're going to need either salt or pallets to get our butter. Our cream is going to be produced with energy and milk, and then 2 pallets to get 26 units of cream. Soy milk is going to be energy and soybeans, as well as sugar or pallets to get our soy milk. Oat drink is energy and oats, as well as salt or pallets to get our oat drink. Salad production, we have energy and tomatoes are required for tomato salad. In addition, we're going to require either salt or sunflower oil or pallets, and we're going to then get our tomato salad and 1 pomegranate out of that. Our green salad is 5 energy, 24 lettuce, and then 3 vinegar or 3 salt or sugar or 1 pallet, and we're going to get 11 lettuce. Potato salad, we have 5 energy, 50 potatoes, and we're going to then need either salt, vinegar, or pallets. We're going to get then 10 units of potato salad and 1 pomegranate. We then have our storage that we already saw. We have storage electric in, electric out. We have our fermenter, which is 5 energy in, as well as either grass, chaff, or straw. Then we're going to also need to add silage additive, and we're going to get our silage. Under the fertilizer factor, we have energy plus digestate or slurry, plus manure or pomegranate or compost. And then we're going to get 50 units of solid fertilizer. Seed is going to be energy and either wheat, barley, oats, or sorghum, and compost or solid fertilizer in order to get 50 units of seed. Herbicide is going to be 2 energy, 20 stone salt, 11 vinegar, and it's going to make 35 units of herbicide. Liquid fertilizer is energy plus slurry plus solid fertilizer plus compost in order to get 75 units of liquid fertilizer. The Fitzy Sprizz factory is going to make tomato juice with 2 energy and 20 tomatoes plus 1 pallet. Will make you 16 tomato juices and 6 palmitates. We have strawberry juice, which is going to be 2 energy and 40 strawberries, plus 1 pallet is going to be 16 strawberry juices and 6 palmitates. Then we have grape juice, which is going to be 2 units of energy, 16 grapes, 1 pallet for our 16 grape juices and 3 palmitates. Another grain mill, which is going to be energy plus barley, oat, sorghum, or wheat. And then pallets is going to make 64 flour, 16 palmitates, and 32 wheat semola. Wheat semola itself is going to require 5 energy and 80 wheat, and we're going to get 16 palmitates and 150 semola. Then we have our grass dryer. We have energy and grass in for our hay. Our lettuce greenhouses, and we have multiple lettuce greenhouses on the map. We have 10 units of water and solid fertilizer or compost or seed or pallets. It's going to make 6 lettuces. Then we have our large strawberry greenhouse, 10 units of water, as well as 1 unit of solid fertilizer or compost or seed or pallets in order to get 32 strawberries. Tomatoes is 13 units of water, 1 seed, 1 fertilizer, 1 compost, or 1 pallet is going to get 16 tomatoes. Then we have our medium strawberries, which are 2.5 units of water and a 1/4 unit of solid fertilizer, a 1/4 unit of compost, a 1/4 unit of seed, and a 1/4 unit of, or should I say, or a 1/4 unit of empty pallets for 15.2 strawberries. Ice cream plant is going to be 5 units of energy plus 3 chocolates plus sugar or honey plus milk or cream plus pallets is going to equal 8 chocolate ice cream cones. And then we have strawberry ice cream cones, which are 5 energy, 24 strawberries plus either 6 sugars or 3 honeys, 6 milks or 1.5 cream plus a pallet is going to make you 8 strawberry ice creams. We have the chocolatier, which is 2 units of energy, 20 units of sugar are required. Then we're going to need either 20 units of milk or 10 units of cream, 3 pallets in order to get chocolate. The lime mine is pretty straightforward, diesel, and then you get lime as an output. Pretty straightforward there. Myers Manufacturing. We're going to do popcorn, 5 units of energy and 50 corn plus either pallets or salt or sugar. It's going to give us 20 popcorn. Then we have oatmeal, which is going to be 5 energy and 36 units of oats, plus 1 pallet is going to make you 20 units of oatmeal, and a potato pancake. We're going to have 5 units of energy, 80 potatoes, 8 flour, and 4 eggs. Those are all required, plus salt or pallets is going to get you 60 potato cakes. Then we have our oil mill. We have 2 units of energy and 40 sunflowers, plus 2 pallets is going to make 32 sunflower oil and 8 palmitates. We have canola oil, 2 units of energy, 40 canola, and 2 empty pallets for 32 canola oil and 8 palmitates. Olive oil is 2 units of energy, 20 olives, 2 pallets for 15 olive oils and 2 palmitates. Our pallet factory is 1 energy and 50 planks for 70 pallets. We have our pasta factory, which is 5 units of energy, 75 wheat semola, and 40 flour, as well as 2 eggs or 5 salt or 2 pallets for 30 units of pasta. Spaghetti is 5 units of energy, 75 units of wheat semola, 40 units of flour, and either 2 eggs or 5 salt or 2 pallets for 36 units of spaghetti. Pig food. We're almost near the end, people. Pig food is 5 energy and either 5 potatoes or 5 sugar beet cut or 5 sugar beets or 3 semola and 50 sorghum or 50 corn and 50 oats or 50 wheat or 50 or 25 barley and 20 canola, 20 soybeans or 20 Sunflowers is going to get you 100 pig food. Man, I am getting tired here. Potato processing, we have 5 energy and 30 potatoes. In addition, we will need 1.5 salt or 1 pallet or 1 canola oil, and we're going to get 4 French fries and 4 pomeggranates. We have mashed potatoes, 5 energy, 50 potatoes, 50 milk, and we're going to either use salt or pallets, and we're going to get 10 mashed potatoes and 4 pomeggranates. Potato chips is 5 energy and 35 potatoes and salt or pallets or sunflower oil for our 3.5 potato chips and 3 pomeggranates. Refinery is going to be energy and canola or sunflowers for energy for diesel and pomeggranates. Def is going to be made with energy and digestate and slurry, or digestate or slurry, and we're going to get 40 units of def. We have saline processing where we're going to make salt. We're going to need brine, and we're going to also need wood chips or straw in order to get salt. Road salt is going to be energy and 20 units of stone salt for 18 units of road salt. You may say, well, how do I get brine and stone salt? Well, you go to the salt mine in order to do that. 4 units of diesel for 40 stone salts, and then 5 units of diesel for 36 units of brine. Our sawmill, we have 5 energy and 60 trees for 80 planks and 2 wood chips. Spinnery is going to be 2 units of energy, 40 units of wool or 30 units of cotton, 5 pallets for 60 fabrics. Then we have sugar mill. We have 5 units of energy and either 100 sugarcane, 80 sugar beet cut, or 100 sugar beet, as well as 1 pallet is going to be 45 sugar and 10 pomeggranates. Vinegar is going to be 5 energy, 100 sugar beet, or 70 cut sugar beet. 1 pallet is going to make 25 vinegar and 10 pomeggranates. Sugar beet cut is 1 energy and 80 sugar beets is going to make 100 sugar beet cut. And then our TMR factory, which is going to be our final of the 43 total production facilities available on the map, built in 5 energy, 170 straw, 85 silage, and either 150 hay or 170 grass, is going to make 420 units of total mixed rations. I think I deserve a round of applause. I think it is finally time to do our fly around. Let's go ahead and get a little bit of altitude. Overall, the map is fairly flat, as I think you are seeing right here. As we gain more and more altitude, let's go ahead and do our 360 look around. We have the farm below. We have all of our animal areas down there. We have our vehicle shop right there, right across the street. Kind of cornered from our starting farm. We have a fuel station also right across the street from the starting farm. A couple patches of trees here and there. And this is a 4X map, so it is going to take us a little bit of time to fly around. We are going straight toward a huge collection of greenhouses. So as we just did our rundown, there are 47 production facilities on the map. As far as greenhouses go, we have 2 medium strawberry greenhouses. We have 4 large lettuce greenhouses. We have 4 large tomato greenhouses and 3 large strawberry greenhouses. So they are all below there. And then we're going to have various sell points and production facilities scattered around the map. We're going to take a closer look at each and every one of these during the drive around, which is going to be coming up here in a little bit. We have our animal dealer located below here between fields 29 and 30. Big old field 29. This thing is 62 acres in size, this one field alone. So we have fuel and a sell point. Another sell point located right across the street from the fuel station. Here we have a large placeable area for you to even further expand the production that is available on the map. Or if you have, let's say, a fifth player that wants to join the multiplayer, we have an area built out for them to put their own farm down. There's some more production below. A decent area here for you to expand. Even these large fields could be expanded even further. What do we have tucked down here in this nice little forested area? Looks like a sell point. Let's just continue across the southern edge of the map. Got some more production going on down here. So we'll have to check out that facility during the drive around, figure out exactly what on earth is going on here. What on earth? We have spinning signs for, what is that, fertilizer, lime, and seed. So those are, I guess, going to be bulk buy points. Sell herbicide, sell liquid fertilizer. We have another large placeable area where you could buy something. Although, actually, I do believe this was a, yeah, this was one of the starting farms, wasn't it? In fact, there's a sign here. Yep, this was one of the starting farms. But you can see what it looks like in single player mode. It is just a big open area for you to put down whatever you want. But that was a starting farm. Custom production down below. Let's see what we have going on here. Like I said, we got productions galore all over the place. We're gonna have to drive around and figure out which in each one it is. Fuel stations. We have a bakery. We have another sell point there. Our cheese factory is coming up. Production. We have our cheese factory. We have our salad production down below. I believe our potato factory is over here to the left. And then we have areas like this. And this was another starting farm area between fields 24 and 25. And in single player, it's just empty, right? It's just an empty area for you to do whatever you want with. But in multiplayer, as we saw, I believe that was one of the starting farm areas. Another one of the multitude of sell points. Now, with respect to production, of course, the map is going to get a full point. I mean, if I gave extra credit, right? I think extra credit would be due for 47 built-in productions. here on this particular map. But no extra credit is given. Just a full-on point is given, including the ability to sell all the base game products, crops, and animal outputs. Yes, indeed, we can indeed do that. So we are also going to get a full point there. More placeable areas right there. The farm is totally customizable. We can sell the fencing. We can sell all of the decorative items around on the farm. So a full point there also. In addition, the map is definitely using FS22 buildings, and as such is using the new texturing technique. So a full point with regard to that. And we're going to hold the last scoring metric as we typically do until we get a good portion of the drive around done. That way we have a much better option and much better ability to fully take a look at all of the sell points and production trigger areas. But what I see so far, these things are indeed clearly marked. Now up here between 4 and 5, this was another player farm in multiplayer that is set up a bit different in single player. Field 12, 62 acres in size. Field 13 is 74 acres in size. These are some big boys. They're going to take you a while to harvest, that is for sure. Indeed, a great map for multiplayer because you have so many areas that players can be on, such large fields, so you can really work in a cooperative fashion. We have fuel, where the starting farm would be if it was still here in a multiplayer. Some more production up here. I want to swing down here and see what on earth all these dots are by field 9. Then I want to loop up to the salt mine, which is in the extreme northwest of the map. At that point, we'll jump back to the shop, get our Mahindra, and start our drive around. Because, I don't know, that is a whole lot of dots by field 9. A whole lot of dots. So we already looked at that. Some more production over there to our right. And this is interesting. It's kind of a loop-de-loop there. Production. Take some sell points, and then we've got lots of storage, lots of buy points down here. This is the biogas plant. We have methane, we have electrical charge, biomass heating plant. That is what all of those dots are going to be. Let's make our way up to kind of the only hill or mountain anywhere on the map, and this is most likely going to be the salt mine. The salt mine was rather interesting with how it was operating, because all we had to do was give it diesel, and then it would make brine, or what was it, stone salt? Nice castle up here on the hill. This might not be the stone mine at all. This looks like it's a lake. And quite possibly just a sell point up here. All right, well, I am sure we will find the salt mine during the drive around portion. So let's go ahead and just jump straight on over to the vehicle shop. And as I said earlier, literally across the street from the main starting farm in single player, we have the vehicle shop. Let's go ahead and get our Mahindra. And then we have a huge area for our vehicles to spawn in at over here. We have our customize, repair, sell, trade, and repaint trigger located right there. And golly gee willikers, where on earth should we start? I mean, we've kind of already talked about that area. We've already talked about that area. So let's just, I guess, swing south and make our way around the map. Let's go ahead and go in first-person view to drive to our first location of interest. That would be what looks like the cereal shop. So we have our dump station, we have our pallet spawn point, our interactive area. This is indeed the cereal shop, or the cereal factory. And do you remember all of the inputs that the cereal factory required? I don't. I tell you, that is... The production on this map is really next level complex. Here we have Myers Manufacturing. They did all kinds of stuff. So we have our interactive trigger there, our buy trigger. We had our dump station inside there. And then I believe we had our pallet spawn point here around the front. We also have another dump station over here off to the side. Head back up the road. Then we'll make our way further south. You know, map is poor axe when you got the pedal down to the floor, you're going 60 miles an hour, and the little indicator on the map is just barely moving with any bit of a clip. So there we have kind of a buy point, a supermarket area, if you will. So here they will sell your liquid fertilizer. We sell herbicide. Here we can buy seed, lime, and fertilizer. And is this actually a log sell point too? It is indeed a log sell point here at the loading dock. to our next location. This is right across the street from one of the player farms in multiplayer mode. I believe this is going to be the dairy. Or one of the dairies. Yep, we have a dairy right there. So we have our interactive trigger. We have our spawn point. We have our dump station. Let's go the other way. All right, let's go the other way, people. Here we have a fuel shop and a place to sell. So we have gas station east, and then we have a fuel station. As the PDA indicated, we have a bakery and then a kind of a grocery sell point. So we have our dump station. Oh, sorry, this is just a bakery sell point, not a bakery production area. We have a restaurant or grocery sell point right there. I mean, with 47 production facilities on a single map, right? You start to think everything is a production facility. We have our confectionery, so we have our dump station, our interactive icon, and our pallet spawn point. We have our cheese production facility. We have our interactive icon. We have our dump station and our pallet spawn point right there. Welcome to Mr. Lettuce facility. How may I let us help you? So we have our dump station, our interactive trigger. And our pallet spawn point around the back. Overall, it's been fairly easy to get to all of these. It might take a little bit of time to drive to all the destinations, but overall, they've been fairly easy to get to. And what do we have here, per se? Like a bale sell point. All sale. Okay, so we have the all sale, and then we have the potato processing facility coming up next. That was going to be a player farm in multiplayer. To our potato facility. We have our interactive icon. We have our pallet spawn point, conveniently right up front, and then our dump station around the back. As always. Let's go ahead and motor our way on up to the facilities by field 18. So we've seen some complex production maps coming out as of late. I don't know if they can get too much more complex than what they are now, right? But having production built in as far as FS22 goes really has changed the game quite literally. Up here we have a fruit trade east, as well as a buying station fruit trade east. So from here we're going to be able to buy grass, straw, chaff, silage, hay, mineral feed, totem extractions, salt, all from that facility. And this is going to be a sell point. And speaking of sell points, we have another one located right here. Set up as a little bit of a restaurant. Really surprised we don't have a train on this map to aid in moving around a lot of product. And we have our... What is this? Shoots, what is this? Open production or storage is empty. Interesting. So this is our carpentry facility. And I think we need to maybe defy gravity. No, I'm just totally... It's getting late, I'm getting totally confused. Well, what the hey, we'll just kind of go up and over. I'm not sure what this is anyway. This is a salt mine, lime mine. Man, that is some That is some noises. That is some noises right here. So we have our lime mine. Okay. That is really a cool idea on how to do that. Right, we have an interactive trigger. We have a dump station for fuel. We have a fill point for lime, and then we have this structure going into the wall. So I think I know now where our salt mine is, based on how that looks. Large placeable yard. Let's race, car. Let's race. Traffic is moving at a pretty good clip on the map. That's just good. There isn't a whole lot of traffic, so you should be able to get around fairly quickly. So we have another fuel station with the sell point around back. Another grocery sell point. Do we have to open the door? We do have to open the lid. As I said during the fly around, this whole area up here is one of the multiplayer farms. If you do this map in multiplayer, if you load it up in single player, it is just kind of this open area because the buildings don't show up based on how the map author has set it up. I would kind of like to have already seen the areas pre-populate, even with the cow sheds and the storage sheds, and let the player pick and choose what they want to do, right? Here we have our sugar mill. We have our dump station. Pallet spawn point is around the front. Our interactive trigger is around the front. Then our liquid point is right there. That's probably for that palminance. That is an output. Alright, so the next goal is going to be to drive and check out what is between fields 2 and 3. I think before we do that, we're going to have to check out a few other areas. Notably over here. Between fields 11 and 12. I think we may have missed the fact that we own field 11 at the start also. Unless field 11 is somehow tied to one of these production facilities that we also just acquired. So here we are, field 11. And this is the fertilizer factory. Now, I kind of wish that these signs were somehow open language. I mean, we do have here loading liquid fertilizer, output for fertilizer, solid fertilizer. With our interactive icon there. And then I guess we have our dump or input points. Then over here we have output for seed. We have output for herbicide. Head back up here to the road. I mean, maps like this, you start to wonder, am I going to run out of fuel driving around to just check out the sell points and stuff? The roads are really slick. Not enough traction. And here we have our grain mine. GD transport for sale. I like that. That's pretty cool. What is this next facility? Diesel and DEF refinery, okay. We have our interactive trigger, we have our dump point. We have an output right there, and then we also have an output right here. I'm just going to take a shortcut. Cross Big Field 10. Here we are between fields 2 and 3. We have our pallet factory, so we have our pallet spawn point interactive icon and our dump point there. Here we have our sawmill. We have our log wood cell trigger. We have our pallet spawn point and our interactive icon and our wood chip point around the back. I mean, there is stuff scattered everywhere on this map. I'd like to know, what are y'all's thoughts on this map already? We haven't given the final score, but I think you all know what the final score is going to be. I would ask you to put the final score down in the comments below, but you know what? I know there are cheaters that would wait until the actual final score was given and then put it down below and claim it was there all along. So here we have the Fitzy Fizz production facility. Fritzy Spiz. We have our dump station interactive point, we have our pallet spawn point. Right there. And then across the street. Up the hill and around. Kind of our farmer's market sell point. One of our spinneries, our fabric facility. Substation interactive icon, pallet spawn point. Then over here by the castle up on the hill, the lake, we have a restaurant sell point. Real quick in and out for this one, not really difficult to get into. Pretty picturesque. I believe this is maybe the area of the preview image. Now let's make our way down the western side of the map. Field 6, field 7, coming over to quite the collection of dots over by the biogas plant. One of our bakeries. To our palette, we have our dump point, our interactive icon. Over here we have a large potential yard for additional placements, farming, whatever. Like these automated gates. Makes the guy feel special. Oil mill, out spawn point, dump station, interactive trigger between these two buildings, and right there. Lots of people ride their bike to that oil mill. We have our chocolatier. We have our dump station, interactive icon, and our pallet. Spawn point. See if I can find a quick and easy way in here. So we have our stone crusher. And this is going to be our stone to lime facility. Oh, sorry, our sugar beet cutter. This is our sugar beet cutter. And then a sell point. Whoa, watch out for the drainage. Watch out for the drainage and the oncoming van. Now we are kind of north of the starting farm at this point. We've got lots of stuff going on here at this tech facility too. We'll just jump across the street real fast. We have another grocery sell point with the dump station around the back. Our ice cream facility. Interactive icon, dump station, pallet spawn point. Then we have the BGA, so we have three-sided bunkers. We have our digester or interactive icon. We have our dump station for our slurry. We have our digestate output. We have our energy output. Our biomass heating plant. So we have our log cell trigger there. We have our wood chip cell point. There's some nice storage sheds if somebody would own the BGA and operate it. Here we have a by-point for compost. We then have by-points for manure, solid manure. We have a by-point for seed. We have a by-point for fertilizer. We have a by-point for lime. Here we can buy herbicide. We can buy liquid fertilizer, and we can buy digestate. Also have a workshop trigger, electric charging station, and then I believe this is one of the energy storage facilities. Now this road is going to take us down between the farm and the animal areas. we're going to take a quick spur off to the right. Sell points, water fill trigger. See our chicken coop that we've already talked about. And I want to head over here to the massive greenhouse area. So here we have 4 tomato warehouses, 4 lettuce warehouses, and 3 strawberry warehouses. We have a fill point for water, nice over there. Various pallet spawn points or water points, fill dumps. We've already talked about what goes in each and every one of those production areas. Just going to skip around here. Here we have our fabric, our clothing facility, I believe. Yes, our clothing facility. So we have our interactive icon. We have our dump point and our clothing spawn point. And across the street. I do not know my German. We have the spinnery. So we have our interactive icon, our dump station, and our pallet point. Check out what's between fields 29 and 30. And we are almost done. We only have like 5, 6 more, 7 or 8 more areas to stop at. We have our animal dealer. We want to transport our animals. We can do so from here. We're going to come around the western edge of the map, just below field 21 next. Big loop around this 4X map. At least the roads are fairly well organized. We can identify them fairly easily from just looking at the mini map. We have to keep cross-referencing with the bigger map. So we have another fuel station, sell point around back, no doubt. Another sell point. This area is kind of interesting. Dolphin statue from FS19. the way this map has all of this production, I'm kind of surprised that we don't have new fill types, new crop types too. But it sounded like maybe the focus on this map was just to take the production to the extreme. We have our dump station, our interactive icon, some more build points, another interactive icon, another dump station. What on earth is this, or are they? Ah, this is pig food and TMR factories side by side. So I think at this point we have seen enough. We're going to give the map a full point with respect to having interactive areas clearly marked and triggers clearly marked. So that is right. This map is getting a 5 out of 5 because of that fact. Now let's see what this is. So we have Fruit Trade Southwest and Buying Station Trade Southwest. Once again, with grass, straw, chaff, silage, hay, mineral feed, total mixed rations, salt, all available for purchase here. So yeah, this map has it all. We have 47 production facilities. We have a garage with electricity, so we have the ability to generate electricity from solar panels. We have 2 medium strawberry greenhouses. We have a BGA. We have 4 large lettuce greenhouses, 4 large tomato greenhouses, 4 large strawberry greenhouses. We have a grass dryer, a fermenter, a grain mill, a sawmill, pellet factory. We've got a dairy. We've got cheese factory. We have sugar mill, Fitzy Sprizz for making some drinks, carpentry, a lime mine, a pig food, a factory, TMR production. We have compost production, a bakery, oil mill, cereal. We have a manufacturer that does all types of other things. Spinnery, clothing, fertilizer factory, refinery, a chocolatier, a salt mine, which is where we're going right now, ice cream production, potato processing, sugar beet cutter, saline processing, deli, salad production, confectionery, and pasta, and just so much more. We have a hotel sell point right here. We have the ability to sell all the crops that we could grow here on the map, as well as all of the base game productions and all of the added productions, and a lot of sell points. I am talking a lot of sell points. The farms can be customized in both single player or multiplayer mode, and in multiplayer there are 4 distinct farms built out with machinery, whereas in single player we have just a single farm built out. Buildings are indeed using the new texture technique because, well, they are Farm Sim 22 buildings after all. And as we already said, we do indeed feel that the player and interactive triggers are clearly marked. This is what we missed: saline processing and the salt mine. I'm pretty sure we've got down here. So we have our dump station for our saline. For our fill trigger. For output trigger, we have our dump. And we have our interactive trigger right there. So guys, let me know what you think of this map down in the comments below. Boy, she is a doozy. Feels like just the other day we were looking at La Cornelia and thinking that map was the bee's knees with respect to production. I do have to say I believe this map has trumped that. How long will this map hold that moniker of being quite possibly the most production-laden map in Farm Sim 22? And until next time, happy farming.